Okay, here we are. And we're going. We're going to make the magic happen. Let's see. So, welcome. Says the live video is starting. It started here. You know what? Being honest, I really could use like a cup of tea. Like, badly. This is just water. But really, I want tea in there. But it's after 5. It just seems too late to be drinking tea. It really does. To me, it seems too late to be drinking tea. Hi, Whitney. Welcome to another episode of Day to Day with Elevate. Welcome. Let me jump in. If I'm a little sluggish, we know why. So there's that. I am Dorothy Enriquez. I am the founder and I was going to say chief consultant. That's not right. Listen, y'all, the struggle. You could get some caffeine-free tea. You know what, Whitney? I really want to try it. My sister just texted me that, like, oh, just go get decaf, and I'm like, I don't have decaf. Like, I think I'm gonna have to paddle to Starbucks and see if they can do like a decaf London Fog or something. Um, but I am the founder and principal consultant here at the Elevate Collective, where we aim to do 3 things in the world of learning and development, which includes diversity, equity, and inclusion: making leadership development and all the activations and experiences that we create accessible. Yes, for all these hearts. Listen, you are giving me life right now because, oh, and let me put in today's title. Look, today's title is Time to Quit. Take it how you wanna. It's time. Time to go ahead and quit. Quit like a pro. Um, but we want to do 3 things when it comes to our activations, workshops, and experiences. Is my bun crooked? Okay, now it looks like it's straight. So listen, we want to make sure that what we are igniting, developing, and creating is accessible, relatable, and transformative. Those are the 3 things that we aim to do. And what makes us unique here at the Elevate, myself and the 4 founding partners, yes, come through, bun. And I'm going to have a new hairstyle next week when we connect, y'all. So, oh yeah, let me pin the. See, thank you. Listen, I could not do this without y'all. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Okay, so basically, um, and Tamika, ping Dr. Lacey so she could come join the live. Uh, so just be like, Dorothy's going live. You should join. So, anywho, thank y'all for keeping me on track this evening. Because as you can see, like, sis has not had her caffeine, and I feel a little delirious. But you know what the call to action is, the non negotiable and the absolute is that you are required to lead from every single seat that you sit in. All right, so here we go. Let's talk a little bit about this idea of quitting. Now, I'm getting ready. I think I may have told y'all. So, I wrote a book like 8 years ago. Finally, it's getting published. Finally. And one of the assignments as you go through this publishing journey is that you have to reread the book, even though you're the one who created it. And I read this story that it doesn't matter how many times I've shared the story or how many times I have reread the story in going through the process of actually writing the book. I always get a little like, man, this story is just so sad. Okay, so I won't belabor you with the whole entire story. I'll give you the Cliffs Notes version. And I think that when the book comes out, you should purchase it because I share a lot of stories in there. But one story in particular is basically a story about me when I was 9 years old and decided to just kind of check out of projects at school at the tender age of 9. I know. But at the time, we had been given an assignment by our instructor. So I was in 4th grade. We had been given an assignment by our instructor to build a California mission. So you may or may not know there were 21 missions in California at one point, and we were instructed to pick one and build a mission. On the paper, it specifically states parents are not allowed to help the kids. However, comma, especially since many of us are parents or have nieces and nephews where we're watching them grow and develop, we know parents be helping their kids. However, for whatever reason, my mom is such a rule follower. This sis would not help me. You hear me? Oh, wait, you can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Give me like a thumbs up or a heart if you can hear me. You know what else I didn't do? I didn't put in my earbuds so that my audio could be crispy. Listen, I forgot all the things. But if y'all can hear me, drop me a comment or a note. Hopefully, the audio is working. Um, so, yeah, my mom she refused to help me. She made me do the project alone. And anyway, long story short, the big day comes. I'm proud of myself. I did do it by myself with no help from my parents. And I was proud of myself. The instructions said they couldn't help, but like, you know what I'm saying? In the deep, dark, black part of my heart, I knew these kids would be getting help, but whatever. I show up there, I did the assignment, and I'm gonna, the teacher's like, oh, let's go ahead and we're gonna present it to the next class. So I snatch my mission because I'm ready. I wanna show it to the class. And basically, the long and short of it is that this teacher sits me down and tells me that I should probably sit this one out. And I'm like, sit what out? And he says, well, I don't think that we're going to do show and tell. I just don't think you should do show and tell. What you mean? What you mean? I shouldn't do show and tell. Well, I just think you should put your mission away. We can't hear you. Really? Barf. Okay. All right. Hold that thought. Let's see. What do we have going on here? Let's turn up the audio and then Facebook, hold the line. Instagram, hold the line. And I've been chitter chattering and no one can hear me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's get the headset and see if that helps. All right, I'm coming. I'm bringing the headset so we can make the magic happen. You know what? And sis was tired. Maybe that was a sign. Okay. I'm glad I'm dressed. I'm glad I have on, like, an appropriate attire. How about now? Send me a wink and a smile if you can hear me. A heart. I know. And I heard that this has been happening on Instagram a lot where it just times out. Can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Let me just put it in the chat. How about now? Nope. I don't know. I don't know if they can hear me. Well, Facebook, hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me now? How about now? Thumbs up? Yes? Yes? We got it? We got it? So, no? Oh, well, then I'll just cut it off and start over. Lord. So weird. Okay. Facebook. Bear with me. Share. Let's see. Part 1. Maybe I can add a description later. Can I do that? Let's see. And then let's go live again. Okay. Now I can't even remember the title. Okay. It's time to quit. Post. And then let's try it again. Yeah, this has been happening a lot on Instagram, so I've heard. So, Hopefully. Oh, I see hearts, so that must mean y'all can hear me. Did you hear the part about me having to do my project by myself? Give me a thumbs up if you heard that part. I'm trying to figure out when it went out. Hello, hello, Dr. Lacey. I will call you as soon as this live is over. Um, we've been having some audio issues, and I just feel like it's a sign. So, the Cliff's Notes version, basically. Oh, this is why you did it. Yes, I told Tamika to text you. Um, so the Cliff's Notes version is I had to do this mission. My mom refused to help me. The paperwork said that parents couldn't help, but I knew that parents would be helping their kids. So I show up. Let me move this a little bit. I do the assignment and then I show up ready to slay, right? I am ready to do the show and tell. Long story long, the teacher's basically like, Dorothy, I think you should sit this one out. Desculpe-me? That's excuse me in Portuguese. What you mean you think I should sit this one out, sir? Do y'all not know 9-year-old me, a whole me, working on this mission night and day for like 30 days, ready to show and tell? My teacher told me to put it under my desk where no one would see it. Because he said he was worried about me, that they would laugh at me. Because of how it looked. Because it looked like a fourth grader did it. Which it did. It looked insane. But so, if you wanted my parents to help me, you should not have written on the paper, parents can't help. Anyway, the point is, I go through this whole ordeal and I literally am like fighting back tears because he just took a dump on my parade. And I was beside myself and I just promised myself I would quit before I even got started. I worked my heart out on that project, and it would be probably another 4 years before I would start putting any type of real effort on projects. I'm gonna write my papers, I'm gonna do my assignments. Projects, though, count me out. I'm just gonna do the bare minimum. Now, here's the thing people say that quitters never win, people say that quitters don't accomplish anything. People say that every day. And I'm here to tell you it's not true in all instances. Not in all instances. Sometimes it's time to quit. And sometimes it's time to walk away. And sometimes it's time to legit do an about face like in Duck Hunt and just go do something different. And what I am saying is that there is power, especially as a leader, there is power in quitting early. Now, in my case, as a fourth grader, should I have just quit projects? No, but in all honesty, that experience with my teacher, somebody that I looked up to, was a little traumatizing for me because I just kind of felt like that's not what adults are supposed to do. Like, this dude shot me down on so many levels and didn't do anything to help me work through how that made me feel, to help me work through the self esteem challenges that I had as a result of him making me sit it out. And not even apologizing for, like, oh, well, I said no parental help, but I really meant parental help. Like, nothing. There was no damage control, which is why I quit, and I quit for so long. But there are times when we realize that we've just been doing something forever to the point where we don't even know why we're doing it. And so it would be in, around 8th grade that I would have a friend who would literally see me half-ass yet another project, and I show her what I'm getting ready to turn in, all in the name of I'm not artistic and I'm not creative. And do you not know? So this was my best friend at the time. Everybody thought we looked alike. Her name was Shantessa. Shantessa was like, dang, you didn't even try. And I was like, how dare you call me out? You do not know me, and you do not know my life. But she was right. I promised you, I half-assed it, like completely, because I had made a decision at 9 that I was never putting in no effort into these here projects until I was an adult. And so the thing is, though, I had literally built, yes, we are back, Perinorm Analytics. The thing is, I had been doing the non-participating for so long. I literally had formed a new habit. But sometimes we don't have to continue to go that way. Sometimes we can quit right where we stand. It can be uncomfortable. It can cause us to feel like we've lost this sense of balance. But what I think quitting does is it helps us to build our character. We can literally quit anything at any point in time and walk away and say, you know what? It's time for me to do something different. Granted, I was quitting something where for most people, they would be like, well, that's a good thing that you quit. It's a good thing that you quit half assing. But I think also sometimes we don't necessarily see our circumstances as easy as it is to see other people's. You can see it in my situation, like, hey, but I do think that there would be some benefit, Dorothy, in you not half-assing every project. Could you just maybe 50% of the time give it your all? Could you just try and do like a slow start and get an albatross run? But sometimes we just got to quit stuff cold turkey, because the thing is, that is part of great leadership. Knowing when to quit, knowing when to walk away, knowing when to make a turn, knowing when to do an about face. And I think that what happens when we quit, especially when we just are like, you know what, I was doing this, I'm going to stop and I'm going to start doing this over here. What I think happens is we can then encounter a little bit of adversity. We can encounter a little bit of friction, because now we are literally turning towards something different. And we weren't facing this direction before. We were like hell bent on going this way. We've decided to quit. So now I'm not going to half ass these projects anymore. I'm literally doing an about face. And I'm not saying I'm going to try on 25% of the projects, 50% of my school projects. No, all of them. All of them. Y'all, when I tell you, so the assignment that Shantessa was like ragging on me about was an assignment to draw Burkina Faso in Africa. Like the before and after, like had I known, I would have taken a picture of the before and after. Like I saved that project for years. It still might be in a trunk at my parents' house. That's how proud I was of my accomplishment and the amount of discretionary effort that I put into completing the task. Because here's what I know for sure. When we quit, right, and we just walk away, we do an about face and turn towards something different, and we encounter that adversity and we encounter that friction, what it does is it reveals our character to us, and it shows us who we are and what we're made of. And so sometimes it's not about, well, I'm just going to slowly just stop being raggedy in these streets. It's literally, I was going in this direction, now I'm going to go in this direction. We can quit all kinds of stuff. Quitting bad habits. I think I've shared with y'all about how I was so raggedy with my sleep. Oh my, so raggedy. Like I'd be going to bed at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like, well, I can't go to bed any sooner because I just don't have any time. And then I tried to do the scaling it back slowly. Like, okay, I'm going to try to go to bed at like 2. Then I'm going to try to go to bed at 1:45. Then I'm going to try to go to bed until I can get to like a more reasonable time. That didn't work. That didn't work. Sometimes you need to quit and just do something totally different. Quit trying to improve everything. Sometimes you just need to quit and then do something different. You know, okay, and I think I've shared with y'all about how since I've moved to DFW, your girl's workout game has been so weak. Just weak, weak, weak. And I was like, you know what? Clearly, I am at a point in my life where I need so much more accountability. whether it's like to be around other humans, to see them doing their work so then I want to do my work, to see them not quitting so then I don't want to quit the workout and walk away and be like, oh, that hurt, that's hard, I don't want to, right? But me, just with my little Peloton app at home, I haven't opened that app in about 2-3 months. That's right. So I quit. I quit just saying I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Nope. Let's just go to the gym. Yep, let's just go to the gym. Let's go see what classes they have, and let's go ahead and paddle on to class. Quit the bad habits. Quit them crummy friends that are like, what are you do? What are you doing with that little business? No one likes that. Quit the crummy friends. Quit that city that you can't bloom in. Quit saying yes when you really mean no. Quit that job that's sucking the life out of you. Sometimes the marker of an incredible leader, a remarkable leader, a congruent and coherent leader is your ability to know when to quit. What really matters to you? What's important to you? It's the end of the year. This is a perfect time to take stock and figure out what you won't quit. What you won't quit. Because I also know I have friends who they go through their phone in December and say, who am I quitting? Like they literally just do like a purge through their phone. Like they just start deleting folks, or they do it on social media, like on Facebook, they just start deleting folks. So what do you need to quit? This year is almost over. We've got about 6 weeks or so. And there are some things that if you quit them now, this time next year, 2022, where will you be? If you quit eating that snack at 11 o'clock at night right before you go to bed, where will you be in 2022? If you quit making excuses for why you can't work out, does anybody want to be my personal trainer? But if you quit making these excuses for why you can't work out and why you don't have time, if you quit talking about I cannot wake up an inch earlier, y'all, when I say the universe has just been whipping me because I'm like, I can't wake up any earlier. Do you not know I be waking up 30, 45 minutes before I even wanna? And I'm up and I get through my day and I make it happen. What can we quit? Where can we take stock and take notice of us going in this direction and make a conscious effort and literally do an about face and start going this way, right? Again, everyone is going to tell you quitters never win and quitters don't accomplish anything. And I am here to tell you quitters win. Quitters be accomplishing things. And it really is about how you frame this shit and how you go about it. What is it that you need to quit? It's November. Quit it today. Quit it this week. Quit it now. What do you need to quit? Do you not know? Dr. Lacey was one of the catalysts. She's one of the partners who was helping me get my sleep game together. And I was doing all of these different things. But one of the things, and so I was ready. Like I was ready to embrace this idea of sleep. But you know what I did, y'all? So I did get, pajamas that would like let my body breathe at night. I did start drinking more water. Like my body and mind are prepped for sleep. I got eye covers. Game changer. Like absolute game changer. But I just took my ass to bed. Go to sleep. Instead of trying to, let me back it up and let me just back it up and let me just, go to sleep. You need 8 hours. And if you go to bed at 12 and wake up at 9, that's enough sleep opportunity for you to squeeze and eke out 8 hours. Go to bed. But what do you need to do? What do you need to quit? Because you tired. You tired of something. You tolerating something. What do you need to quit? And don't be trying to incrementally and make minor improvements. Just do an about face. Sometimes it's not about improving. Sometimes it's about doing something drastically different to snatch your own edges and prepare them for the coconut oil that you are about to pour on them. That is all I have for you today, especially with all of our sound issues and challenges. But here's what I would like to say. The requirement is that you are required to leave from every seat you sit in. But I will also say you should not have to do that by yourself. For why? We weren't built to move through this life alone. We just weren't. And when we try to teach ourselves things by ourselves, more often than not, we do it wrong. Maybe we do an okay job, but we do it wrong. And if there's anything that I've learned from having a personal trainer the last 2 days, you know how much stuff I've taught myself wrong? Sis taught herself squats wrong. And because I taught myself how to squat wrong, you know how many muscles I have been overexerting when I was working out before I moved here? You know, I taught myself so many of these exercises incorrectly. Because I was like, well, I could watch it on TV. I could read a book. I could look at the articles. I could look at the positions. And I can look in the mirror. And I feel like I'm doing it right. But this is why you need someone to walk alongside you as you go on this leadership journey to become more congruent and more coherent. You should not have to do it alone. And even if you don't like me, we got 4 other partners. You bound to like one of us, okay? If you need the help, we can help you take that action and create an ongoing momentum that will serve you even long after we're not there. The goal is for us to not hold your hand forever. The goal is to get you in a position where you can continue to ignite your leadership in a remarkable way, year after year after year, so that you can answer the call. What is the call? Remarkable leaders produce another leader who can then produce another leader. Most leaders do not do that. They just don't. And they're like, I develop people. No, you don't. I'm a great leader. Okay. And so why not get folks who can walk alongside you and make sure that you're squatting properly? Make sure that you're developing yourself properly. Make sure that you're developing your team properly. Make sure that you're igniting in those key areas of clarity, productivity, necessity, courage, influence, right? Making sure that we're hitting our targets and our markers so that you're not just a high achiever, but you're also a high performer, meaning you can achieve consistent high results time after time after time over long periods of time, right? And so many of us, we want to learn and we want to learn and we want to read this next thing and study this next thing and listen to this next podcast. But I encourage you over these next 6 weeks, instead of going broader, how can you go deeper? And let us help you here at the Elevate Collective. And if you're feeling like, no, I don't want to talk to y'all, that's why we've got some products to help you along. The plug kit, that is going to help you along in a meaningful way. It's not just an ebook. It's literally an audio training to help you ignite your leadership and figure out how do you navigate at work, right? These resources are available to you so that you can get to where you need to go, right? Even if you're like, I don't want no coach. You need a coach. But if you don't want a coach, there's other tools that can help you get to where you need to be. And of course, take notes. If you are going to keep listening to the podcast and reading the books and doing all the things, all the research shows that people who take notes can retain more information than people who just sit and idly listen, right? And so when people are giving you the game, go ahead and take those notes so that you can get from point A to point B and start really deciphering and filtering all of the information that you're taking in. Yes, love the plug. Yes. So even if you're like, I don't want to, I'll take the notes, Dorothy. That's all I can give you. I want you to go ahead and mosey on over to the Elevate store, right? And go ahead and get the notebook that resonates most with you, whether it's lead from every seat you sit in. You know, there's never been a better time to be a lady leader, which is so true. Y'all, go ahead. Look at Dick's Sporting Goods. Are you kidding me? There's never been a better time to be a lady leader. And I want you to figure out what product really speaks to you and where you are in your leadership journey right now. And here's what I'll say. If there were things in this message as you tuned in, even through all our audio issues, where you were like, dang, I needed that. Dang, I needed that. I want you to figure out how much would you have paid for that information or any other Day-to-Day with Elevate episode. And then I want you to mosey on to the link in the bio and click the I Fund Women of Color link and figure out what kind of present you want us to send you for helping us make our dreams a reality. We are doing this crowdfunding campaign and we need your help. And even if you're like, I only got $5.52, we'll take it. Every dollar counts. But if you're like, oh, I just saw this reward in there, like I want that. It's not offered anywhere else. You right? It's not offered anywhere else. The rewards that we have in the campaign, we've got candles, y'all. The Ignite Your Leadership candle, the melanated and elevated candle, we've got rewards. So you don't have to just fund our dreams for free, but if you want to, we don't mind. But we've got presents for you. So if you've been tuning in to Day to Day with Elevate for any amount of time and it be giving you the game and the cheat codes and it be blessing you, please, please, please put that forward and go ahead and contribute to our I Fund Women of Color campaign so that we can open up our first commercial space in Dallas. Right? Right? This could be a whole thing, y'all. I have for you, share this video with another lady leader, and I will see you all next week for another episode of Day to Day with Elevate. Thanks for helping me make the magic happen. It was a group effort today because your girl was so tired, but now I feel a lot more energized, and I'm going to just drink this water and pray that somebody brings me decaf. Who lives in DFW? Could you bring me some decaf? All right, y'all. Until next time, you're required to lead from every single seat you sit in. Bye. Okay, Facebook, thanks for rocking and rolling with me. You know you always get the laughs. Shoulder roll. Yes.